The tariffs against Chinese goods are getting even higher. Despite announcing a 3-month pause on all reciprocal tariffs that went into effect yesterday, President Donald Trump is keeping the tariffs on Chinese goods and upping it from 104% to 125%. All other countries that were subject to the tariffs will see their rates go down to the universal 10%. So why is the president keeping the tariffs against China? The Washington Post is reporting President Trump has said China is, quote, disrespectful in negotiations, and they will no longer be able to take advantage of the United States.
So it's one thing to hear those percentages when it comes to tariffs, right? But we wanted to see what it really looks like in the store on a day-to-day basis. So Week News anchor Lindsay Sablon enlisted the help of FGCU economic professor Victor Clark to find out. Now just keep in mind, we did this yesterday late morning before those tariffs on China got even higher.
Okay, I hit the grocery store this morning, picked up some items that my family will need in this next month. Maybe not this week, next month. Victor, how can we make sense of what we could be paying these next few weeks? Because there's so many numbers out there.
It's not just scary right now, it's a little terrifying if you're an American family trying to buy everyday items to make the money work at your house.
Yeah.
The highest tariffs we have right now are the ones that we've imposed against China, and they're 104% of the cost of importing that good. This means that if you're a wholesaler that serves Target, if you buy something from China like a water bottle, you have to pay 100% of the price when you pay for it, and then you have to give another 104%. So more than double, you have to pay that extra 104% to the federal government in Washington, D.C. in the form of the new tax.
This is worst case scenario, but let's make some dollar and cents of this so we have a better understanding. Purchased this yoga mat and it was $16.99. So in the future, worst case, it could be?
Worst case scenario, I think we have to assume it could be double the price. So it could go all the way up to $34 or $35.
Thank you for doing the math for me. The weights, right now, these are $20 for the pair. Worst case scenario?
Price could double, and so it means you'll have some heavier lifting to do in your wallet, and not just when you're doing your workout.
Nobody wants that. This water bottle is so popular, my kids needed one, so I figured I'd pick that up. Also manufactured in China, this currently costs $35.
It could go as high as $70 for that water bottle.
And we thought certain other water bottles were expensive when they were all the rage. Okay, birthday presents, it is birthday season. So got these walkie-talkies, these currently cost $20. Worst case scenario.
Could go as high as $40. Could go as high as $40.
That's no fun. Okay, the electric toothbrush, which you told me, hey, go pick one of these. Everyone uses these now. Currently costs $50. Worst case scenario.
Could be as much as double to keep that gingivitis at bay.
$100. How much is the gingivitis worth it? Okay, these were, I believe, just $1, but I thought, oh, this is perfect because Easter's right around the corner. So.
Again, could go as high as $2.
Any caveat with any of this that you want people to keep in mind?
Businesses don't want to surprise customers with double the prices when they go on their next shopping trip. So most retailers will try to pass along some of the cost in the form of higher prices because to make the bottom line work and to pay their employees, they'll have to pass along some of those higher costs. What we don't know yet is just how much of that price they'll be able to pass along to customers, because customers don't like high prices. When firms do raise prices, even if it's for a good reason, like covering costs because of the tariffs, they know it drives away customers. So businesses have a game, they have to search for a price that is the one that's high enough to cover some costs, but still make them relatively profitable as a consequence.
So bottom line, we did worst case scenario, but you don't think it will be that probably?
It won't be that bad. The real game changer here, though, is that every item from China has the same tariff. So it's not like I'll be able to switch from one brand of yoga mat to another brand of yoga mat. If they both came from China, we face similar price increases on both of those items because they both have the same country of origin.
Yeah, hearing those numbers really puts that into perspective, right? So
Absolutely.
Her original total for those items was $142.94 pre-sales tax. Worst case scenario, if we absorb that full 125% tax on Chinese goods, Here's the new total, $321.63.
It's
a lot
steep.
more.
Yeah,
steep.
it's a lot more, especially, with prices of things already going up everywhere in
Yeah.
everyday life. It's like one more thing to add on to it.
Exactly.
So does he think consumers will actually have to cover the full tariff?
So he said it's really impossible to know for sure, right? But marketing professor Gina Tran also joined this discussion. She worked at Michael's and Neiman Marcus in the buying division, so she said she kind of knows how it works.
She says often about 2/3 of the tariff would be passed along to the consumer, but it might not happen all at once. That way we don't notice and keep buying things at those prices.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and find out, I guess, right?